Good day, folks. Bob MacLean here, and welcome to 4 on the Floor Fridays, version number 4. Here we are, once again. So, as in the past, what I'm doing here is I'm going to take you for about 20-25 minutes here. We're going to do 2 songs and 2 tunes. Or 2 soul guitar arrangements, shall we say. That's probably a better way to put it. Because this first one is a tune called Celtic Fair, and it's not one tune. I call it, the collection together, it's a set, medley, if you will, of, what do we got here? Barbara Allen, Loch Lomond, My Bonnie Lies Over the Ocean, Banks of Red Roses, Early One Morning, and Mary's Wedding. Yeah, we can do all those. I like those, yeah. So we're going to take you for about 20-25 minutes here, and this is a set of this set, Celtic Fair, F-A-R-E. I've been doing this. I've been playing this for a long time. It was nice to be able to warm it back up again because I haven't played it for anybody in about probably a year and a half. So I spent a little time just remembering how it goes. So here we are, Celtic Fair. gaily, off we go, heel for heel and toe for toe, arm and row and row, off for Mary's wedding. Over hill-ways, up and down, myrtle green, bracken brown, past the Shilings through the town, off for the taste of Mary. Step we gaily, off we go, heel for heel and toe for toe, arm and row, off for Mary's wedding. Cheeks as red as Rowan's are, brighter far than any star, fairest of them all by far is my darling Mary. Nice collection of tunes. I hope you like it. Celtic Fair. Alrighty. Where do we go? I need to change instruments here. Alrighty. So we're going to, well, that was a little bit of run around the UK. This is going to Outports in Newfoundland, and this is a song called Jack the Sailor. Just changing guitars here. Changing instruments, actually. So the first time I heard this song, there's a band out of Newfoundland called The Once, and if you have not caught them, a lot of you have. If you haven't caught them, they're worth the trip to go and visit, whether they're playing here or wherever. But I went and I heard this. I got one of their albums and really liked what I was hearing, and they did this one particular song called Jack the Sailor, which was just so much fun. And I love this band. I just said, they've got to have some really good stuff out there. So I started paying attention to what they record. And I tell you, this is a band that must live in a recording studio, because the volume of stuff that I was able to access was ridiculous. Just huge number of songs. Anyway, more power to them. So they're not afraid to break out of the traditional realm and start doing some old Elvis stuff or God knows what. So this is a song called Jack the Sailor, and it comes from one of the outports in Newfoundland, most likely, certainly an East Coast outport. I can probably just assume it's Newfoundland because that's what the song's all came from. So. Jack's a sailor, lives in an outport, has a girlfriend by the name of Nancy. They call her Nance for short. And, he's a seaman. He's a sailor. Doesn't make a whole pile of money. He goes out for several months at a time, and his job, his arrangement is that he gets a percentage of the whole take, and like all the sailors do. So most of the time he comes back with enough to keep going for a little while, and then he's got to go back to sea. Well, this one time he comes back, and he's a very rich man. The share of whatever they got is immense. So he decides to ask Nance to marry him. And just wants to know, is Nance going to love him for him, or is she going to love him for the money? So that becomes the crux of the songs. Jack the Sailor. Oh, we're going to do that too. Jack the sailor came on shore, as sure as it was his fortune, for he had plenty of gold in store, less time to sail the ocean. I'll go up to my true love's door, see if she loves me, yes or no. Say, Nance, will you wed? Say yes or no. Say, Nance, will you marry a sailor? Well, Nance looked up all with a frown. Did you think I'd marry you? No, not I. I'll get a man of high renown. Did you think I'd marry a sailor? I'll go up to my true love's door, see if she loves me, yes or no. Say, Nance, will you wed? Say yes or no. Say, Nance, will you marry a sailor? Hands into his pockets, and he pulled out 2 handfuls of gold. Say, Nance, will you wed? Say yes or no. Say Nance, will you marry a sailor? I'll go up to my true love's door, see if she loves me, yes or no. Say Nance, will you wed? Say yes or no. Say Nance, will you marry a sailor? Nance looked up all with a smile. The thought of the money in her heart did go. I've been joking all the while. It's sure I'll marry you, my sailor. Well, if you were joking, I was just. It's only a question of you, I ask. I see it's money you love best. You'll not wed this sailor. Put up a public line full of gold and silver coin, leaving Nance to fret and frown the day she refused her sailor. I'll go up to my true love's door, see if she loves me, yes or no. Say Nance, will you wed? Say yes or no. Say Nance, will you marry a sailor? Nance, will you wed? Say yes or no. Say Nance, will you marry a sailor? Nance, will you wed? Say yes or no. Say Nance, will you marry a sailor? There we are, Jack the sailor. Thank you. Yeah. All right, perfect. Newfoundland, yeah. So you take a look at the music comes from Newfoundland, and it's this massive, massive Irish influence on what's gone on there in the past. So it's always fun to be able to play some of that stuff. We're going to go back to Ireland here. There we go. Good. And last week I played something for you called a planksty. Planksty is... Got to make sure that's off, yes. Planksty is a tune written for a particular event, and it's usually funded by a patron, so it's often a tune for a patron. So you often get names like we played last week, Planksty Morgan Magan. You get Planksty Thomas Burke, Planksty all sorts of things. So anyway, this is a tune written for another gal's wedding day. This is called Fanny Power. Planksty Fanny Power. Make sure I get that right. I do want it there. Perfect. Get over a guitar pick. Really don't need that. So, Planksty Fanny Power. Planksty, Fanny Power. Thank you. All right, one more. I love this one. I heard a story from somebody who was talking about Irish musicians and Irish songs, and someone said, well, if I was to go to Ireland or go into a record store, pick up a CD, or somewhere, go into Spotify, go into Deezer, go on wherever, and say I want to download, I want to have access to some one particular artist that seems to capture, in a sense, all of Irish music. There's one name that comes up, actually. Her name is Mary Black. And, Mary's, she does all the traditional stuff. She does the singer-songwriter thing, writing her own stuff. She does some jazz stuff. And she works with just about everybody. Oh, I got my dog coming down to visit. That's Abby, our miniature schnauzer. She just might bark while she's here. Anyway, she's been known to do that. So here's a song called Loving Hannah. I learned this from a Mary Black album because I paid attention to that advice someone gave about, find some albums by Mary Black and you'll get a good sense of Irish music, and this is quite correct. So this is a song that Mary Black did from the traditional repertoire, and it's called Loving Hannah. I went to church on Sunday. My love, she passed me by. I knew her mind was changing by the roving of her eye. By the roving of her eye. By the roving of her eye. I knew her mind was changing by the roving of her eye. My love is fair and proper. Her waist is neat and small, and she is quite good looking, and that's the best of all. And that's the best of all. And that's the best of all. And she is quite good looking, and that's the best of all. Oh, Hannah, loving Hannah, please give to me your hand. You said if you would marry, that I would be the one. That I would be the one. That I would be the one. You said if you would marry, that I would be the one. I will go down by the river when everyone's asleep and think on loving Hannah, and then sit down and weep, and then sit down and weep, and then sit down and weep, and think on loving Hannah, and then sit down and weep. I went to church on Sunday. My love, she passed me by. I knew her mind was changing by the roving of her eye. There we go. Loving Hannah. Thanks for coming out and listening to Four on the Floor Fridays once again. We'll get this posted sometime this afternoon, and look forward to seeing your smiling faces. Have a listen. Please make some comments. This gets posted. The way it works here is I really like the sound quality you get from YouTube. I'm not a big fan of the sound quality coming from Facebook, and a number of musicians have commented on that. So what I do is I post this to YouTube, and I put a link on my website to YouTube. So at some point, certainly by late afternoon, by 4 o'clock, you'll see a link on my Facebook page to Four on the Floor Fridays, number 4. And if you're not on Facebook, just go to YouTube itself. By 4 o'clock, it'll be there. Four on the Floor Fridays at 4. I'm Bob MacLean. Have a great weekend. Cheers. And Sláinte mhath.